Good morning. It's Good Friday, Easter weekend. There's only one thing for it. Let's get those potatoes in. Come on, let's go to the plot. So we finally arrived down at the allotment. Absolutely stunning morning. Not too cold, nice and sunny. I reckon it's going to cloud up later on today, so we might as well make the most of it. So I'm down to do the potatoes. The first one are these Cara, which I've been waiting to go in for quite a while now. So they're shooting, as you can see, just nicely. So they'll be going in, and then there's the Kerris Pink, as you can see, they're ready to go in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go out, I'm going to lay them out into the furrows that I've made, and cover them over, and I'll take you through that. Okay. So I'm going to bob my Cara into these 3 beds here. I'm going to use this measuring stick, which is about 1 foot, just to evenly space them apart. I have been told you should never turn your back on the camera, but needs must. And always ensure that your chits are facing upwards. So there we go. That's all those laid out nice and evenly in the beds. So now all I'm going to do is just cover these. I want to get about 4 inches of soil over the top of them, just to ensure that the frost doesn't get to them. And then all I'm going to do is keep an eye and make sure that I'm on board with the weather, because as they start to shoot through, it's imperative that they don't get frosted. So what you've got to do then is you come back, you throw a little bit of earth over the top of them again, until they're covered, and you keep doing that to the point, you know, where you've used all your spare soil up, and by that time hopefully all the frosts have passed and you should be okay and they can grow on nicely. So there we go, those are covered up nicely now. As you can see, where the bamboo canes are is where the actual row is, so any of the soil on either side of those canes I can use to earth up as and when the potatoes start to shoot through. But again, got to reiterate, it's vitally important to ensure that frost doesn't touch those new growing shoots, because it just ruins the potatoes. So that's the Carry Down. Now I've got to move on to the Kerris Pink and repeat the process. I won't bore you with watching this over again, I'll just show you it when I've finished. So there we go, that's the Kerris Pink all in. Still not got the herbs for this bed yet. And we continue the other side of the path. So now, simply cover them over. The job's a good one. I don't even think it's 8 o'clock yet, so plenty of time to get those other jobs done. So now I've got the potatoes done, I can just have a quick walk around and just show you some of the jobs that I've started in between this week. I've just started to lay this path here because I used to have just the wood chip that followed all the way through, and that was sort of like had a board on either side to retain the wood chip from the grass. But what that's done is it's created a problem mowing this, you know, trying to get on with the mower and get round the edges. So what I've done is I've taken the wood chip away, I've taken the boards away from either side, and I'm going to turf in between these this path, either side of this path, and it just means I can mow straight across from one side to the other, and it just makes the job easier. Didn't really think about that one, so undid the work that I did earlier in the month, but needs must. Also, I might as well show you the greenhouse, the shed, the potting shed after its makeover. I don't know what colour this is, I think it's plum, but it needs another coat. But people have told me that it looks quite good, it looks more of a wash like this. So I think, not through idleness, I'm going to leave it as it is. This paint is not one of my strong points. I'll show you inside. As I mentioned to you before, I needed to fix the hole, which I've managed to do. As you can see, it was there, and I simply took out 2 pieces and replaced them. Managed to get hold of some old timber from a picnic bench that I had, and rather than throw the timber away, I think that's where I'm going to make my potting bench, across there. So yeah, that's another job out of the way. I'll take you down again just to show you the parsnips. They're my babies, I like to keep an eye on them. Garlic's doing tremendous. And here we go. Check them out. They're now starting to get the true leaves, and every single one of them have taken. So the lid stays off during the day, then on the night I put it back in. I've introduced another raised bed here, and also this area is prone to flooding. So what I've done is I have put these rather large raised beds in here so that I can lift it off the floor, and at the back there's a gap, and as you can see there's some iris that are there. I've got a load of that iris at home, so I'm going to plant them around the back of here. So I need some more soil to go in there. I'm just going to wait for it to sink, and then we'll decide what we're going to grow in there. So that's it from me today, guys. With it being the Easter weekend, I've got quite a lot planned. I've got quite a bit to do at home in the garden, hence the early start down here today. I didn't manage to do a video through the week because I had a lot to do at work to get finished in time for get everything done for Thursday, so we could finish on Friday and have the long weekend. So it's time for a cup of tea. The kettle's going to go on. I've got 1 or 2 more jobs to do, and then it'll be off home to get started in the garden. So I would like to wish all my subscribers a happy Easter, for all those that celebrate the Easter period. Have a great long weekend, and I'll see you next week at some point, and happy growing. Take care.